What is up, blockchain gang? Today, we are going to solve the age-old question in MIR4 if you should be grinding with your combat settings on normal or always. My assumption was that always, like the name and maxipad suggest, is always superior, but through extensive testing, I've come up with a universal system based on time to kill, so you will always know which one to use. While short, this guide took an insane amount of time in testing, so if you found this beneficial, be sure to blasting charm that like button. Our only goal here is to max out our experience gains, so this does not take other variables into account such as potion usage, drops, quest completion, or PEV path. You know, player versus player away from keyboard. When measuring time to kill, our unit is not time, but abilities. However, ATK sounds too much like attack. So if you are fighting monsters that die very quickly, as in fewer than one ability cast, you will gain more experience in the always stance. This is because the normal stance will whittle HP bars down with auto attacks and then finish them off with an unneeded ability, when one more auto attack would have done the trick. In always mode, you will nuke groups of enemies in rapid succession and continue to beat them down with auto attacks until your cooldowns are back up, wasting less time on redundant casts. However, once you get past the one ability time to kill, you should switch to normal mode. In this mode, you will be weaving in basic attacks and abilities, so when your abilities don't crit, you are less likely to waste a full ability on a low health monster. You will then auto attack the next group of monsters and finish them off with a single ability. This doesn't stay true for long, as once you approach the 1.5 abilities to kill and beyond, you should switch back to always. 1.5 to 3 abilities is also the TTK that will often find the greatest experience gains, so I could see someone spending 99% of their time in always mode with no complaints here. Always will lead to less successful bashes, but even without the bash modifier, they die all the same. This will waste much of your damage potential, so try to aim for 2.5 to 3 abilities to kill for the highest experience gains while in always mode, so you can still get bashes off on targets with high enough HP to soak it. This is why the labyrinth is so popular for grinding. You will have to fight monsters in the valley specifically that have a higher TTK. If this is greater than 3 abilities, then you should switch back to normal mode. I was a little stumped on this one because I couldn't make sense of why this is, and the only conclusions I could come to were that the valley is unique and how the monsters are spaced out, which make it much harder to take them out in groups of more than 2 or 3 at a time, where the lab has monsters that spawn much closer together. You also tend to complete your auto attack combos more in normal mode, which could be part of it as the final attacks do much more damage. The other thing I like to use normal for is to kill hard bosses faster. This makes it easier to set up the bash combos correctly so the bot doesn't screw them up. Thank you for watching. Please let me know if your findings lead you to a different conclusion in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can do this again sometime. We made horse. It's in the game.